board. May I please ask everyone to stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, may I have a roll call?
Certainly may. Assessor Pry.
Here.
Highway Commissioner Bouvet. Clerk Giuliano is here. Supervisor Diamond.
Here.
Trustee Jones.
Here.
Trustee Horvath.
Here.
Trustee Maher.
Here.
Trustee Malik.
Here.
Okay. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 30th?
I had a quick comment first, Karen, before we vote on that.
Okay.
Page 2, we had a vote on accepting the government GOV HR proposal for salary study. And I misheard what Luba had said about the price, so that was why my vote was no. So I assume I can't change my vote now, but I just want to say that my vote would have been yes if I had heard it correctly, so that was my vote.
Okay, all right, so
You guys are passing
you're
it.
just explaining it, not asking you to change it, but just
That's
explaining it.
That's correct.
All right.
I would have been yes with everybody else, but I misheard what she said, so
Oh,
tell my fault.
all right, okay.
You can make a note of that for this meeting minutes.
Yeah, second, right.
Then I
Okay, this
vote.
meeting's
And I'm in
minutes.
favor of that as well. Okay.
All right, fine. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes of April 30th?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve the board meeting minutes from April 30th, 2024.
Second.
Any questions, comments other than that? All right. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Diamond.
Yes.
Trustee Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the general assistance expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for paydates of May 10th, 2024 and May 24th, 2024, and general assistance checks number 55367 through check number 55402 in the amount of $40,960.39. Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Supervisor Diamond.
Yes.
Trustee Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve the road district expenditures.
Motion to approve payroll for paydates of May 10th, 2024 and May 24th, 2024. Road district checks number 23411 through check number 23449 in the amount of $168,491.80.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Supervisor Diamond.
Yes.
Trustee Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
Okay. Approval of general town fund expenditures. Do I have a motion to approve the general town fund expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for periods of May 10, 2024 and May 2024 and general town fund checks number 61012 through checks 61098 in the amount of $388,839.40.
Second.
All right, thank you. Questions, comments? None? Roll call.
Supervisor Diamond.
Yes.
Trustee Jones.
Yes.
Trustee Horvath.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
All right. And when you trustees are done with those checks, would you please pass them back this way so that I can,
Now or later?
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, next on our agenda is public participation. Do we have any requests for public participation? We do. Okay. All right. All right, we have one request. Mr. Hassan, are you here? Would you like to tell us what you have to say? Yes. You can go to the mic or stay where you are, whatever you have.
Okay, so you want me to be there or you can hear me?
I think we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. Actually, let me introduce myself. My name is Sayyid Hassan and I'm here in the township for almost from 1990. You know, it's almost like more than 35 years. And we're living on D Road, which is the one place we start close to Dempster. From Dempster, when you go, it's become like a one-way street. And what happened, we are facing a very big problem right now. Slowly, I think the community and the people coming in other apartment building also. So our parking is not available because there is no fixed parking or no parking number or anything. So anybody can park in our area and they save their own parking. So we have apartment buildings, they're parking in the backside, but they park in the front. So when we are coming, there is no parking. So I actually have a handicap sticker, but so many people, I don't know from there, they are getting all the, the handicap stickers and they parking in the same place where I supposed to park. And I have to park sometime like a fire hydrant or the corner, and I got a ticket for $100, $250, my car go away. So I don't know what the solution for us, because we have a township, but there is no street even in that, the behind. So these poor guys, where to park, because everybody is saying it's a free parking, so you should talk to township, we're going to park, because this is like, there's not any kind of, what you call that, restriction, or saying, that this resident only can park. So that's what our dilemma, and we talked to the neighbors also, they said you go to the township meeting and at least address our issue. So this is our real issue.
Okay, all right. Ed, do you want any information or comments on that? Ed is our highway commissioner.
Yeah, so I mean, I can completely understand where you're coming from, because I see how bad the parking is over there.
Right.
One of the issues that we have is, I think even before you, it predates me and it maybe predates you being over there, is it used to be association that handled the alleys in the back there, repaving it. Well, that fell apart. Now D Road is a public roadway. We cannot assign private parking spots on a public road because it's publicly funded. Anyone can be able to park there. That's part of the issue. Now I could have my foreman come over and meet with you to see if there's anything that could be done to try to help, but that's pretty landlocked over there, so it's challenging. So I understand where you're coming from.
See, I understand that, because I'm almost like 35 years. So I know the situation, what's going on. Before it used to be two ways. Then they decided because of the where do people park, so they made the one-way street. And what happened, Maine Township actually did the pavement for the apartment building free for the back road, so they can park there. And probably you have a maybe record for that, just for ease for the parking, but nobody is following the rules. Because they said there is no rule. So if as a local resident we are living there, our property is getting devalued also because of that. Nobody wants to purchase because there is no parking. So even though that situation is really, we're living in America and we're living in a suburb. I'm not living in Chicago or somewhere where it's street. So it's a very funny situation. I'm coming home and I couldn't find parking, and I'm told my car because my next neighbor is saying this is our property. You cannot park, you cannot do, because this is a D road also. But they're saying they own this one. So we cannot do anything about that.
Well, we could go and take a look and see if there's anything that could be done to squeeze out another parking spot. We could look at that, but I'm pretty positive that there's not much that can be done over there. And trust me, I understand. If there's an issue where you're parking somewhere for, on the Tuesday, Thursday route or something, and your car's going to be there for a little bit, call us, let us know so we don't tow it, but it can't be parked on the other side permanently.
Right.
But we can accommodate it if you can't find a parking spot. And as far as the ADA compliance goes with the handicap spots, if you think that somebody's taking the handicap spot that is not handicapped,
no, because
you need to call the sheriff.
Because this is a general parking. So anybody can bring from Chicago or anywhere the parking, they're not assigning with my name. Can you assign with my name the parking? Is it possible?
We can't do that because it's a public road and it's funded by taxpayers, so anybody should be able to park there. Am I right, Kurt?
Yeah, we can't, it's a public road, we can't allow only one person use it. It has to be open to everyone.
So if our townships, they put the fence with the grill, okay? So can they remove, so we can park in our backyard. We cannot park in the backyard because the other people, they put the fence. So we cannot go from there to the backyard to park the car.
I'm not sure I know where you're talking
Well,
about, but.
It means like, the private property where they end up with a one way. So they put actually the demarcation with, obviously with this fence, okay? So because of the fence, we cannot go from there to because my home is actually the first row, second home, okay? So if they open this thing, then we can go, our driveway basically become the driveway. Because it's a pretty good space area, you can park 2 cars, but we cannot do that either.
Yeah, I'd be happy to send my foreman out to take a look and meet with you to see what you're referring to. But I do know that we did add a handicap spot down there at one point. I don't know if it was for you or for another gentleman,
Yes.
but we're required to take up 2 spots for a handicap spot because you have to have the side that's blocked. So we had some of the neighbors who called and complained about that because we were taking away spots. Now, we can't make everybody happy, but we try. So I'm happy to try to send somebody out to meet with you to take a look at it, if I can.
We want
But
some kind of board.
Sir, are you interested in public participation? If so, we need your name too.
Yes, my name is Imran, and Imran, I-M-R-A-N. My suggestions, I have suggestions. I have a letter from all the residents, those who are living there, and I want to enforce what he was talking about. We need at least some kind of signboards to at least demark that this place is for zero residents, because a lot of people park over there and then they just go away for 2 days, 3 days, and the cars still stand there. So at least the minimum solution is to at least have some signboards starting from there, and then we want to have some stickers and some kind of solutions so people can find the parking. I mean, as you can understand, as you said, it's very hard if you're coming like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock home and you're not able to find parking.
yeah, I've driven down there and it's people are waiting to find parking spots. I completely understand, but at the same time, we cannot make it just for D Road residents because it's taxpayer funded and we have to make it available to the public. Now, as far as stickers go, we could discuss if stickers are a possibility, like permit parking, like
We'd have
for.
to see, I haven't seen a township do that, obviously like large municipalities can do that. Whether or not we can get there, I can't say if we would be able to do that off the top of my head. We'd have to look into that.
We could explore the option of looking into stickers, but we can't limit it to just, D Road resident.
I have a letter, I want to give it to you, it has some suggestions.
Okay.
And the signatures of the
Sure.
folks who's living over there. So you might want to take a look.
Is your information on here?
Yes, it's a map on the last page. You can also see the map, what we're talking about, the affected area.
Right. Okay. Do you want to, can you write your phone number down here, your name and phone number on the front?
And this one too? Get a sign in, this follows
Are you neighbors with this gentleman that you're speaking?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if I speak to you, you could get his contact.
Yes.
We are same area.
Okay. So we'll look into see what is involved in the sticker. But if there's vehicles that are parked there for longer than 2 days, obviously with the Tuesday, Thursday route, if they're there, they're gonna get ticketed and most likely towed. So they're not being there for long-term parking.
So from Thursday, you can park
Thursday
Thursday,
to
Friday,
Tuesday,
Saturday,
right.
Sunday, Monday.
Right.
Yes.
On the weekend, right, but I know that it was implemented for that reason and to do the street cleaning and the plowing. So hopefully there's not that happening continuously, but we'll look into the sticker issue and then we'll see what we can do.
Okay, all right, thank you. That was the last request for public participation that we have. So moving on to old business. First thing we have is discussion and possible vote on auditing services in our RFP. So as you can tell from the memo that we received from Dave Berman, there were requests made to 7 different auditing firms to bid for this. There was only 3. One of them we sort of ruled out already because it was much more expensive than the others, which has Once again, narrowed us down to Lauterbach and Evans Marshall case. And as I explained earlier, I was really only comfortable with Lauterbach because I felt Evans had, that it was not good practice to have Evans do our regular accounting and our auditing. Ed, I think, had some concerns about the expense that would be incurred by the highway department if we did Evans, if we chose Evans. I've spoken to Ed, and I think the township is willing to assume the cost of the Lauterbach audit, with the exception of 25%, which would be then assumed by the highway department. So with that understanding, I think you would not have any objection to us using Lauterbach. Is that right, Ed?
No, I appreciate you working with me to figure out a solution to that.
All right, okay, fine. So, but it's up to the board to vote as to which, to vote on which one of the, well, again, we had three, but we're pretty much down to two, which ones that we do want to use for auditing. We have, at least for next year, we have an option to go for the 2 years after that, but we're voting definitely for next year. So do I have a motion to accept the Lauterbach firm bid to do the auditing for next year and possibly to accept their bids for the ensuing year?
So moved. Second.
All right. Are there any questions or comments about this?
Do you want to put in there that it's subject to 25% paid by the highway department and you pay the rest?
Yeah, we can add that. So
That was the only issue, right?
would that be sort of a friendly amendment to the?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
So it's clear why we,
motion and the second.
okay.
You're agreeable to that? Okay, fine. Any other questions or comments about the selection of the auditor that we will use going forward? All right, okay, so the motion to choose Lauterbach is on table. May I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes?
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Willie?
Yes.
Okay, all right, fine. Now, let's see, if I can take one thing out of order, and I think you need to leave, is that correct, in a little bit?
I do.
All right, so Ed is actually the party who's most interested in the new business, and that is the resolution that we have here. And do you want to just tell us a little bit about this resolution and why you are asking the board to pass this one?
So these are just areas that have had signage in the past, and I wanted to make sure that they were documented in the ordinance. These areas that are being added onto the ordinance are limited on space, and emergency service personnel such as fire department, my staff for plowing, and sometimes even police, it inhibits the flow of traffic. So we just wanted to add it should we need to take enforcement action during snow plow and emergency services response.
All right. Is additional signage going to be used as a result of this?
Yeah, there's already signage up there now, but we're gonna add additional signage and visible markings.
Okay, all right. Okay, would anyone like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2024-RB-2?
Where's that in the materials?
Oh. Do we have that? All right, maybe on the table as opposed to the bag.
I got it in front of me now. It's the
Do I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make the motion and then do the questions you can ask. Motion to adopt ordinance number 2024-RB-2, and an ordinance to amend the Maine Township Code, section 10-265, adding additional restricted parking locations.
Second.
All right, now, are there any questions or comments regarding this proposed ordinance? All right. Okay, hearing none, I'll ask for a roll call.
Supervisor Diamond,
Yes?
Trustee Jones,
Yes.
Trustee Horvath,
Yes.
Trustee Maher,
Yes.
Trustee Malik.
Yes.
What did you say? All right, okay, well then reverting back to old business, discussion and possible vote on building improvements. Now what you have in your packet right now is, first of all, a timeline of the construction project. I know it seems like we've been talking about this for a long time. This is a timeline, is just to give you an idea of all the steps that we've taken in trying to move forward with this project of making some modifications to the entryway and also to the top of the stairs to the pantry. So this timeline was just to sort of refresh our memories as to what is taking so long and all the steps that we've had to go through. And where we are right now, I bring this back to you again for a possible vote. Park Ridge Building Department has now told us that we absolutely have to hire an architect to do the drawings. Even though that's sort of counter to some of the information I've received in the past, now they're telling us we do need an architect before we can proceed with any of the work. And Dana, would you like to step up and just tell them about your calls to Spoke Architects? I think you dealt with them, didn't you?
Sure. Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for the time.
Oh, sure. So I think I put a copy of the architectural drawing proposal from Spoke Architecture in your board packet. If you want to take a look, when I originally met with Stephen Steffens, his title is building official, this Parker City Hall, and he came out to confirm that yes, indeed, we needed architectural drawings. And I told him we didn't really know, I think, too many architectures in the area. He did give me 3 names and numbers, and I did put in several phone calls, and I did receive a phone call back from a gentleman named Anthony Surgeon from Spoke Architecture. And he came out, he took some pictures, he took some measurements of both of the areas where obviously we're going to install doors by the front stairwell and then also by the clerk's area. I think the main reason they're telling us is because once you install doors, then you may not be able to see our exit signs, and doors is not the same thing as maybe just putting in like a small wall or a small swing door, and that will definitely require drawings. So I received this from him, I want to say about a week or a week and a half ago, and if you look on the front page, it looks like it's a total of about $3,200, and I think Supervisor Diamond and I received an estimate quite a while ago, which was well over this amount from someone else. So this seems very reasonable to me. Again, this is not in my wheelhouse, so I don't have a background in this, but this seems much more reasonable if we're going to have to work with an architect than a different estimate that we received. So I think in order to have us move forward with the contractor, obviously it looks like we're going to have to at this step first.
This was the only, of the several architects that were even recommended to you by the Village of Park Ridge, this is the only one who returned your phone call, is that right?
Yes, I called 3 and I left 3 messages, and this was the only one that returned my call and came out. Very nice gentleman.
Okay. So, we've talked before about going forward with this project, but yet I felt I needed to bring this back to you to let you know this is turning out to be more expensive than I thought it was going to be. It's becoming more complicated. So I just wanted you to get a chance to look at this again and know where we were and to ask you, do you want to continue moving forward with the project? It is going to cost additional amount because of having to get an architect. So that's where we are right now. And I just wanted your feedback and vote on that to decide what we're going to do.
And what was roughly the cost just to the construction?
Medina costs.
So we received 3 different estimates, one for the front stairwell, I think one for the clerks, and one for like this pantry. And I want to say each different estimate was all around like $4,700 or $5,500.
Like total for everything?
No, a piece, which I think we felt was pretty reasonable. Yes.
So we could still do the doorway or the little swing gate in the back without architectural drawings, right?
With the swing gate by the front reception area, or, I'm sorry?
No, by going back
To the
to the.
clerk's office, no,
clerk's office.
I said we need an architect for everything, right?
I think we were gonna put in a full set of doors, not a swing gate, a full set, yeah, right. So if we're putting in a full set of doors, we need to have these drawings.
Why? Why do we need that?
One of the reasons he gave is he said, if you're gonna put that in there, you need an exit sign. and you
Why
need-
can't we put a swing like we have in the other, all the other departments? I think that the situation with the clerk's office is because of bathrooms,
Yeah.
the people come in and then they get the wrong turn and they're in the clerk's office. So if you had just a stoppage there,
Well,
You
that's,
know,
that's
they
what we
can't-
were hoping to do. That's what we were hoping to do.
well, but I think that would just encompass maybe a swing door and say.
What are you talking about when you say a
Just
swing
like
door?
the one in the back by the assessor's office.
Like what we have across our counters.
You mean like a half door?
Yeah.
Half door.
So what this gentleman was telling me, if you put in kind of full set doors, you have to have some, in these drawings, it would have to state whether it's, which way it would swing out. I'm starting to learn a lot that I didn't know anything about, which way it would swing out, would it swing this way, would it swing that way? Would it block, like you see, we have like our exit signs. So if you put in doors by the front door where the stairwell is, it's actually gonna block an exit sign. So I guess in these drawings, it would show where we would need a new exit sign. By law, you have to have visible exit signs. So those are a couple of things. We might need to put in more emergency lighting, because it would block some emergency lighting, things like that. Things, I mean, obviously, we wouldn't think about. So you're actually blocking off space that would be visible to the public when they come in and walk through the building.
Okay, that's for the front.
He's also saying it's more for the front, yes, more for the front than this area.
But if we were to just alter our plans a little bit and just put, you know, like a matching gate.
Right.
Then you wouldn't need our.
No, but if we're still thinking of putting in doors by the front, we would.
Right,
Yeah.
so can we do it in phases and just
Sure.
do that and then see how that goes? Because that would be kind of a economic option that might actually solve that one problem. I don't know.
We can
Yeah.
try and do that. I do caution you, every time I call Park Ridge, it's sort of a different answer. You know, I've got several emails going back and forth with, they say, you need this, and I would do this, and then they'd say, okay, and then someone else would say, no, you still need an architect. So I would like to do it the least, most economical way, but I just don't know if that will change their mind.
Emma, I don't know, are you okay with the swing door? I know the clerk's office was asking for a full set of doors.
The reason was also because it was not pleasant to see people coming from vents. We just in the middle. We're sitting in behind, there is a bathroom. Every time the door is open, sometimes it's not me. It's your decision, but it's not nice, you know, sitting in the middle and have behind us the bathrooms. That's why I told them about like full size door. I'm gonna be happy with the half door too, because at least nobody will exit our.
It would at least stop the people from going that way.
Well, maybe we can rearrange the bookcases and move them down and put the door closer to the reception desk, and then you wouldn't be seeing them, you could block that way with bookcases.
I never thought about this.
Just shift everything over to the wall and then the opening would be closer to the reception desk, and then you wouldn't see anybody and they wouldn't be walking in. I don't know, would that be possible? I'm just thinking out loud.
Right.
You can still be able to see it all the time.
To come and show
That
us
looks
how
right
this is
into
going to
your
look
area.
like. Can you ask the architect to review your drawing, architect?
Well, he won't do a drawing unless we pay.
It would be against the
No,
wall.
I understand, but can he come before he make, he come and suggest us all?
Like do a tour.
Yeah, instead of, we are telling him to do it this way, so he's the architect, he can give us the best idea, you know, we can do it this
I
way.
guess we're going to that now.
Yeah, so that's the best idea, architect has to tell us how it's going to be done.
Fast could come out though.
Architect.
Okay,
Instead of me telling him to do this way or that way, you know, so he's the architect, so he is the best give us a design, so he's going to do it.
I think he's gonna want to charge us something.
So that will be instead of you telling him to do this, so he's the architect, he has to tell us how to, we can improve the security.
Well, we should probably take another look at it and see if we can come up with something at least for that, and maybe we don't have it.
Maybe upgrade your exhaust system.
Yeah,
If we agree with the price, it's a hundred dollars. Let's say we say we go with them and then.
Right, then you would actually do the drawings,
Yeah.
and once those drawings are done, we'd be able to get a permit for this
So
diamond
if you do
construction.
not like it, can be amended though, let's say we say, oh, can we amend it in drawing if you don't like it? You're not going to charge extra?
Yeah, I would, yeah, I would know about that.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm not sure what our process to do. I don't know.
I think we're gonna have to keep thinking.
Okay, all right. I do feel some sympathy for the staff though, because it's been at least 6 months that we've been working in this.
Yeah.
Nothing changes, so.
My input would be, we discussed on many occasions the strong impetus from the employees for something to be
Right.
done. We tried to work on it, and it seems to me the only instructions we get are from Park Ridge. And they're even inconsistent. One individual says it's just minor modifications. Apparently, the other one says we need an architect's drawings, but they don't say why. So, and that's kind of the obstacles we're getting is from Park Ridge, hoping there's not some other influence that's stopping it from going through. Some simple improvements like a doorway and a partition, which is all we're really asking for, right? And it doesn't seem like a big project that they should have one project.
It just sounds like by
They're obstructing us.
being it correctly, it's because they want to put full doors in, which I can understand that, because you can't see the exit signs, I understand what you're saying, what they're saying, but if we can, even if it's a glass door, a full panel glass door,
Would it help if I asked Mr. Stephens from the city of Park Ridge to come out to the next board meeting and we can address some questions?
maybe.
That's a great idea.
Did he come out during the daytime?
He did, but maybe I can ask him to come to a meeting. He was a very nice gentleman. I kind of feel like he would be happy to come and answer questions. I mean,
And you can see that we've been working on this for a long time.
Right.
Sharon's been working hard on it.
He's the-
and all the work.
so he's the building
Oh,
administrator
Yeah.
at Park Ridge, and I felt like he kind of wanted to work with us to try to move things forward,
Okay.
but also follow, protocol.
Right.
Again, so I feel like I can't answer as many questions as he might be able to answer, really, so,
Okay.
yes.
We'll try again. First we don't succeed.
Okay. All right, so I think that's where we are right now. We're not really voting on anything, so I think we're done with that agenda item for now. Okay, running down to official reports. Asa, would you like to start tonight? If you want to, all right.
I just comment from the events, because my 2 events were not on the list, so I just gave it to Nana to add it. On August 17 is going to be Indian Culture Day, and August 18 is going to be Pakistan Culture Day, Maine Township.
And this is at D-Park, right?
Deepak, yeah, not listed on
What,
that.
What are those dates again, sir?
August 17,
The 17th?
Indian Culture Day,
Thank you.
and August 18 is going to be Pakistan Culture Day.
and what are the times on those?
2 to 10 o'clock,
Both?
both, yeah.
Okay. Did you want to report anything recently, or?
I was with you at Memorial Day Parade,
That's
and then we have, I think, same, last month we have a barbecue party, and thanks for coming. But some of the member was missed. I know.
I apologize.
That's okay, so maybe next time, yeah, so.
Yes.
Okay, Asa, thanks very
Yeah,
much.
it was a good event, and thank you for coming.
All right, Jim?
Yes, I went to the parade, so I got there just in time. So it was another enjoyable parade. And I just had a question, and I apologize I missed the neighborhood watch meeting. I'll try to be there at this next one. I was occupied in May. So I'll try to be there with Kim for the June 5th neighborhood watch meeting and see if we can get some improved attendance.
Yes.
And the last thing is the paper shredding event. That's a big one for me because I have a lot of paper, so I have a personal interest in that one, so I'd be willing to volunteer to work that day.
Excellent.
If you need help, I will be there, even shredding paper, I can physically still do physical labor. This stage pretty well.
Well, you know, sometimes
Glad to
it,
help.
it helps to have some traffic assistance, you know, people drive in or the wrong way, so, yeah, and, you know, it gives you a chance to meet some of our residents too. So that's great, Joe, glad to be there.
I'll be there, yes.
Okay, excellent.
With lots of paper, but I'm gonna
Okay,
try to get mine shredded at
Okay.
convenient time.
all right, Kelly?
I yesterday attended the Memorial Day celebration at, or service at, in Des Plaines with several of the board members, which was it's always a nice event. Another event that it's not a township event, but it is a Park Ridge event, June 20th, from 6 to 9 p.m. At Prospect and Crescent. Park Ridge Community Church is co-sponsoring Park Ridge's first inaugural Pride event. There's going to be State Representative Scott Himmel will be there, Mayor Martin Maloney will be making a proclamation, and there'll be other officials there and a lot of local groups and all sorts of things. So
What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
June
June 20th.
20th, okay,
I don't know off the top of my head.
all right.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday? Okay. Yeah, from 6 to 9 p.m.
Okay. Prospect and
Crescent. Yeah, it's right next to the Park Ridge Community Church.
Okay.
So they're co-sponsoring it.
Just to interject, when I'm thinking about it, I think you all got my email about the event on Monday morning. So you can let me know if you're coming, or even if you don't come, you can just show up. You got that? I think I copied you on that. too.
Yeah, I didn't check the email.
To display.
City Hall.
Yeah, in Crescent Hall, 8 a.m.
Thank you. So, right down on,
Lee, or Minor Street, right
Right
there.
on Minor Street.
Minor and Graceland.
okay. All right, all right.
Attend that one.
Yeah, and we'll be putting our pride flag out soon.
Okay.
Okay, anything else, Doug?
No.
Kim?
Okay, it was a busy week. I attended the 90th birthday party for all of our vibrant 90-year-olds and above. And that was a great luncheon that Maine Streamers put on, so I was there with other members of the board. Attended the electronic recycling event, which was also successful. We had a lot of people attending that. It was very well organized and went very well. And then after that, our highway commissioner organized an event for a pollinator giveaway, and Pesci's was very generous and donated beautiful pollinator plants for the community. And yesterday, we marched in the Park Ridge Memorial Day Parade. It's been a busy week. We have a lot of things going on in Maine Township. And as Trustee Maher said, we have a neighborhood watch meeting June 5th at 7 o'clock. And we'll, of course, as always, extend that out to anybody who lives in the township.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, let's get over to our assessor.
Oh, okay, thank you. I attended the National Night Out meeting on May 20th, and with Clerk Giolana's fine leadership and participation from our board, Park District, and resident, it looks like it's going to be a really outstanding event. Meeting, I would say it's plenty. And I did attend the Des Plaines wreath dedication along with some board members for the veterans at Lake Opeka on Memorial Day. Just to talk a little bit about our office, they're really pushing to get that tax bill out earlier, and it looks like it's coming in July. Our problem is they closed the doors on our exemptions on the 29th of April, and we have 211 senior freezes before that closing date they have in this process. So, the seniors are going to be really upset when they see their tax bill, but the assessor's office did promise that our CAV would be done in a timely manner where a revised tax bill will come out. So we're kind of hoping for that. And we also have a veteran who has not had his exemption applied yet. And even since then, we have another 103 exemptions that are going to be CFEs. So I know that the assessor's office is really pushing to get things done, and I know that they might be a little bit short of staff too to get it done, but we've been really on their backs a lot, and we've had some good, at least some good responses from the people that work there, staff that have been responsible and trying to help us out. But this is still is an issue, and we'll see if it gets done. But we have a staff of them at our desk that we cannot even apply for until after the tax bill comes out. Generally, we're able to put them in the system. They won't even let us put them in the system, so we have to wait until after the tax bill's out to put these certificate of errors in. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you.
I attended many of the events that were mentioned, and yeah, it has been a busy month, that's for sure. Our next National Night Out meeting will be on June 17th, Monday at 7 p.m. at Feldman Center, so hope to see you guys there. Plans are coming along nicely for National Night Out, so I think we should have a real good one this year. And just want to congratulate Jessica Guzman on passing her FOIA officer exam and offer my condolences on being the newest FOIA officer for Maine Township. And then also we just wanted to mention that the RTA free or reduced senior ride cards, the submission process is now online, so it's now taking only about 3 weeks to get those, whereas before it was about 8. So that's one thing government has streamlined and made a little bit quicker.
And you do that? Is your staff do that for them?
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I went to all those events too. And one thing I wanted to mention was what we might want to do in the future on Memorial Day. This is something I talked to Ed about, and I think if he was here, he would say that it's his opinion that Memorial Day should be more of a, I don't know, day where you remember people who have died in wars or served their country. And he was the only person who was able to make it to both events, and that's only by driving very, very quickly from one event, parking about 5 blocks away, because all the parking is gone, and then walking very, very quickly over to the displays event. It's really hard to make both events, is what I'm saying. It's nearly impossible to do that. And so I think we sort of have to choose, really. Are we going to do the parade, or are we going to do the memorial service on Memorial Day in the future? So I don't know if any of you have any thoughts about this. I'm sort of leaning towards the memorial service because of the nature of Memorial Day, but we do have history during Park Ridge Parade too, so I can see, why you might feel otherwise. So, any thoughts?
Split duty. Some employees, trustees attend one event, some attend the other.
Oh, we could do
Now we
that.
have representation at both events,
Okay.
which is what we did this time, and he made it.
I've done that in the past. One year gone to one, and a different year gone to the other.
Kelly went to.
Yeah, I mean,
I did that.
So you did it.
Yeah, I personally prefer the memorial service because I think it's a somber day, and to me, it feels a little more fitting than a parade, but I know people like the parade. I also think one idea I had was that, buy this nice wreath that is there for just a few minutes and then it gets tossed afterwards. It would be nice if we could maybe find names of some veterans in the township and where they're buried, perhaps, and then every year take that wreath and bring it to their grave. Possibly, I don't know. You know,
There's
it's-
several right within the
just so
Maine
it's
Township Cemetery.
Not a waste, you know, like it's, and like, almost like adopt a grave, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's an
But,
idea.
you know, something to sort of,
All right,
I don't know.
okay. Any other thoughts on Memorial Day, what we might do in the future?
I don't,
Split it up,
yeah,
split it up.
we have a little time to think about it, but I don't disagree with you that the service is definitely
I
nice.
think next year I'm just going to go to the displays one, because I usually spend most of my time at the parades, and next year I'm going to displays.
It is true that, I don't know how many times along the parade route, people say, Happy Memorial Day, and really, it's an observation, not a celebration.
Yeah.
And so, you know, sometimes we get confused with 4th of July. It becomes more of a celebration when it should be more of an observation, but
Yeah.
a parade is a parade. I mean, you're throwing candy, kids are happy, so I mean, I understand, but.
Yeah.
I think we should try to find someone who's still alive, who, before it's too late, who has any experience in World War II, or even, the Korean War, before it's too late. Try to reach out to find out who are those people that still exist and honor them
That would be
before they pass away. Like, I want to say in a few years, there will be no one alive, right, who has any literal personal experience of things that happened in 1945, so it would be nice if we could do it.
Marie, did you have any veterans that were at your 90th?
Yes.
And they weren't necessarily World War II, but they were other conflicts, right?
The lady that gave you guys advice.
Yeah.
Oh, she was World War II.
Two.
Yeah, okay.
103.
Wow. Well, so maybe next year, if you have a list of the veterans, I mean, it's one source of a veterans list from our community. I'm not sure where else, but I can think about that. Okay, all right, thank you.
That would maybe be something more fitting for veterans.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're still
Right,
around.
right.
And also the wives of the people that are still alive too. Or the heroes that live in township that have wives who might be still alive.
Perhaps one year service could do, go on one of those honor flights. I always thought that'd be really interesting to do.
Okay, all right, I think that's it for official reports. We do have a very brief closed session, although I have a long motion here. Do you have a motion to go into closed or executive session for the purpose of discussing litigation, which is probably imminent, security procedures, and the use of personnel and equipment to respond to an actual or threatened or reasonably potential danger to the safety of employees, students, staff, the public, or public property. And 3, discussing the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. May I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes?
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee McKee?
Yes. Okay, thank you. And then we will have one matter to vote on. And open session. Ariel, are you good? I'm good. All right, we have one more matter on our agenda, and I would like to ask, do I have a motion to hire Mr. Ian Parker as our new agency program coordinator for Maine State Youth and Family Services? Next motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? All right, roll call please.
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So I think all I need now is a motion to adjourn.
Someone make that one.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. And I guess we are done.
No.